Hi, in this video we will show you an example of how easy it is to get started with test automation. In less than 15 minutes we will create 3 different test cases connected with the process of sales order creation in DFO. What you see on the screen is Executive Automat's settings panel. We have already defined a DFO environment and a virtual user which we will use to connect to that environment. We will now create a new project. Let's call it Test Sales Orders in D365FO. Now let's connect the DFO environment which we will use in this project. And let's connect the virtual user that will be used as well. Now we can create our first script. This will be sales order creation. Let's start recording and simply go through the process as if we were testing it manually. We will go to all sales orders, click New, select the customer Owen Tolley, and click OK. Now we will select item number 0005, we will enter discount value 1, and we will use the picker option to catch the value of the net amount field and save it as a variable in the script var net amount. Now we will save the sales order, exit the window, and click refresh to see our newly created sales order. Now we will close the pane and stop the recording because we have everything we need. As you can see, the steps have been saved and we can now execute this test case to make sure it is exactly what we need. The script will now go through all the steps and you can track the progress on the player pane where each successful step will show a green check mark. If for any reason a certain step cannot be executed, the script will stop and finish with an error status and the step will show an error indicator. As we can see, the script goes smoothly through all the steps we recorded and replicates our exact actions. Everything went just as we expected and the same sales order was created in the system. Now we can duplicate our script to create a second test case which will have a validation. Let's call it sales order with validation. First we will go to the General tab and select the option to take screenshots because we want to create documentation with each execution of the script. And now we will create a new conditional step called validation check and place it after step number 11. We will validate if the value of the net amount field we are catching in the script is equal to 499, which it should be. If it is, we want the script to log a message value is correct and continue. If it isn't, we want the script to stop and show an error message value is incorrect. The validation has been added and this time we will run the script in the background mode on the server side. We will not see the script executing, but we can track the execution progress in the History tab if we want. As the script is executing, let's clone our script to create another test case. This time it will be a negative test. First we will change the discount value to 10 so that the net amount will be a negative value. Now we will modify our validation step. We will change it to check if the value from the net amount field is greater than 0. If it is, we want the script to log a message value is greater than 0 and continue. If it's not, we want the script to stop and show an error message value cannot be lower than 0. If we executed the script now, it wouldn't be a negative test, so we need to add some advanced conditionals which will assure that the script ends with a success status when the value is lower than 0, and when the value is greater than 0, we want the script to end with an error status. So the first advanced conditional we will call negative test pass and we will put it on step number 12, which is the actual validation. We will make it react on error so that if the value is lower than 0, the script will continue on, show a message negative test passed, and override the status to success. The second conditional we will call negative test fail and we will put it on the same step. It will react on success so that if the value is greater than 0, the script will stop and show an error message, negative test failed. Now we just need to add the last conditional, which will ignore dynamic system warnings. We will put it on the last 3 steps. Let's make it react on system warning so that when the warning messages pop up, the script will log a message system warning as expected and continue on, overriding the status to success. Now our negative test case is ready, so let's play it in the foreground and show you how it works. The script goes through the steps just like we recorded them. Now it enters the discount value of 10 and it performs the validation. Value is lower than 0, so our initial validation shows an error message that the value cannot be lower than 0, but at the same time our advanced validation is triggered and shows the message negative test passed, overriding the status to success. Now the script goes through the last steps, ignoring the system warning messages and overriding the status to success. Without the advanced conditional, those steps would have a warning status and the script would finish with a warning status as well. The script ended and we can see in the History tab that its status is a success. We can enter the script log and see that all the details are stored here. We can see the value of our var net amount variable and the details of the validation and advanced conditionals that were triggered. Now let's come back to the second script, the sales order with validation test case, which we executed in the background. We can see it executed with a success status as well, and screenshots were made during the execution because we selected the option to take screenshots. We did this in order to have a documentation of the process and a proof of test at the same time. We can now click Generate Report to create the document. And here's the report. It includes all the details about this execution, including steps and screenshots which highlight which items were used and the details of the validation we created. Okay, so in less than 15 minutes, we created 3 test cases, we executed them to make sure they are working as intended, and now we'll run them all together in parallel mode to show you how you can execute entire test suites on demand with just 2 clicks. We will select the parallel mode, click Actions, and then Schedule Execution. Now all the scripts from our project have been dispatched to run on the server side and are all running at the same time. With Executive Automats, you can get started quickly and automate testing for 10 of your critical processes in just 1 day. You don't need to hire developers or test managers. Your business users can record the processes for you, and your partner or us can prepare them for you as automated test scripts which you can execute whenever you want and immediately get the results and reports. With no other tool can you do this quickly and with such ease. If you want to know more, visit executiveautomats.com or send us an email at contact@executiveautomats.com.